This is Telman Knutson with the Self-Hypnosis sequence, and we are here to teach you today all about the control room of your mind, or the control room of your subconscious. This is a very, very powerful technique that you're going to want to integrate into your self-hypnosis sessions. I think you're going to love it. I can't wait to tell you exactly how it works, but first let's do a quick recap of what you've learned so far in the other videos. In the first video, you learned all about setting your intention and how important intention is in creating a self-hypnosis session. In the second video, you learned all about the induction process and how to begin moving your body from the state of physical wide awake alert awareness into the alpha state, the beginnings of hypnosis. Then you learned all about the treasure chest technique in order to eliminate outside and internal mental or auditory sense-based distractions so that you can maintain a wonderfully relaxed mental state while you're going into self-hypnosis. Then, with the treasure chest technique. Then you learned about the deepener technique and how to use deepeners in order to go into the deepest state of hypnosis, the most calming, rejuvenating, wonderful state that you've ever possibly imagined. After that, you learned about the zip file technique in order to begin to upload suggestions directly into your unconscious mind. And today you're going to learn about the control room method so that you can start taking complete and total control of your subconscious mind. So you're thinking about the habit that you'd like to create. And I'd like you to imagine that you have these dials and levers in your mind, and this is your own mental control room. You're the only one that control it, and you can go into this room. It can look any way you want. It could be super high tech. It could be really, really old school. It could be stainless steel and steam pipes. It could be all made of wood. It could be the most high-tech computer setup you can possibly imagine. It could even be a more magical type of control room. However you like to imagine the mental control room of your mind, I'd like you to imagine you can go in there and you can increase or decrease any areas of activity in your mind that you wish. You can turn up, the first time I developed this technique, it was with the M dial, and that was for metabolism, where you could imagine this one dial is responsible for your body's natural metabolism, and you can grab it and just turn that M dial from 1 to 10 and just crank it to the degree that you're going to be burning fat naturally and easy. It's going to be turning into energy, and you're going to feel better than ever before. But you can also switch up the M dial with M for motivation, and if you need more motivation in order to get yourself to work on time, and what you're trying to do is show up to work on time every day, then maybe you need your motivation to be turned up. Right? Maybe you're trying to increase your emotional sensitivity and your ability to feel love on a higher level. Maybe you have the love lever and you simply take that and set it into on. Maybe it was currently set to off, right? So you can use the control room methodology to go in and amplify in any of the areas that you wish to improve. So let's talk about the 5 key areas of improvement in self-hypnosis. So you can improve yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially using the power of self-hypnosis. So far, everything that I've ever improved with hypnosis has fallen into one of those categories. Maybe at some point there'll be a new category, but for now, it's physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, and financial. Physical is anything that has to do with the body. Mental is anything that directly has to do with the mind and the mind's capabilities, specifically around IQ, memory, speech, learning, all these types of things. If you're learning anything overtly, it's mental, right? The reality is everything we do in our life starts in our brain. I mean, our brain controls our entire body, our brain controls our spiritual experience, the brain controls everything else. The brain even controls our emotional balance, right? And so we're using hypnosis in order to improve the brain's functionality and our ability to influence our own brain to get what we want. So, when you are doing this, what you want to do is you want to use the power of the brain. You want to use the power of the control room to amplify or even dampen your levels in a wide variety of different areas. What if you had your temper switch, and what if you or your temper dial, right? And you have a high temper, and maybe you want to turn that temper down from 10 to 3. Maybe you want to turn it down a little bit. Or your anger dial, your anger level, you want to just take that down a few notches. In the meantime, you want to increase your motivation and your fulfillment. You know, this is a way that you can immediately influence your emotional states on a day-to-day basis and the way in which you do stuff. So there are the things you do, which are critically important in your life, but there are also the way in which you do the things you do, which is whether you're, hey, are you going to slack off or are you going to do a really great job? You can imagine any kind of control, any kind of lever, any kind of switch, any kind of dial. you possibly can imagine, and you can integrate that into your self-hypnosis session so you can immediately start amplifying and improving your life in the areas that are important for you to amplify and improve. So I strongly, strongly recommend that you absolutely decide on one or two controls that you want to improve on, that if you were able to just have a little bit more motivation, if you were able to just have a little bit more patience, if you were able to have a little bit more financial sense, right? Or even, you could even have a common sense dial if you want to, right? Or your punctuality switch. Turn that thing on if you're always late, right? And lo and behold, what you're going to do is you're going to start finding that your habits will fill in the blanks. So the control room is a great way of amplifying your levels. The zip file are the specific suggestions, or the what you do. The control room is the how you do it. And you can just totally transform the way that you do things to be whoever you want to be. It's up to you. There's nobody holding you back. Your parents aren't holding you back. Your brothers and sisters aren't holding you back. Your husband or your wife or even your kids aren't holding you back. You get to decide who you are and what you want to be and what you want to accomplish. So I really strongly recommend that you use the control room technique in order to make that happen. And not only that, all right, so I hope you like the control room technique. What I'd like you to do now is, if you like the idea of the control room technique, or you have questions about it, leave it in the comments below. And please share this video series with everyone you know by clicking on the social media buttons just to the left of this video to help spread the word about hypnosis and help more people take control over their lives as they learn self-hypnosis to live the life that they truly, truly desire and are worthy of living. You can use this in order to live your perfect life. It's waiting for you. You just need to get in the driver's seat, and the control room is going to help you do that. Okay, in our last video together, we are going to talk about the callback, one of the most important parts about any hypnosis session. We're going to talk about the callback, bringing you back from hypnosis and really inspiring you to go to the next level. So this is Talman Knudsen with the Self-Hypnosis Sequence. Help spread the word. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.